Hello, my name is Sebbi, and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, December 23rd, 2015, and wow, I do have some great space news for you. As yesterday night, the night from Monday to Tuesday, SpaceX launched some communication satellites into orbit, and not only that they launched those satellites, they also tried for the very first time to land their first stage on solid ground and not on top of a barge which is anchored in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, the first landing attempt of the first stage was a success. And this is so crazy, this is so unbelievable that this was a success. And well, the launch took place at 1:29 GMT, so in the middle of the night in good old Germany. And in this case, I was unfortunately already asleep, as I thought, well, a rocket launch can be scrapped and I don't want to be awake at 2:30 AM when they say, well, we are sorry, but the launch has been scrapped due to bad weather conditions or due to a minor issue with the launcher. And yeah, we will try again tomorrow. And so I was already asleep and I thought, yeah, I can watch the replay of the first stage exploding on the landing site in the morning. And so after I woke up, I checked my Twitter feed and the first things I saw were some long exposure pictures of the rocket's ascent and descent phase. So at first, well, of course, there was the arc of the rocket's ascent phase, and then there was another burn of the first stage of the Falcon 9 rocket, the deorbit burn, and then there was a third streak, and the third streak was the burn of the for the landing. And yeah, then I saw some pictures of the first stage after a successful landing on the landing site, and wow, this is crazy, this is so crazy. Then I watched some videos taken from a helicopter, taken from the distance, and that's so crazy. This is such an amazing thing that they managed to land their first stage back on solid ground. And yeah, this is crazy. And well, the first stage is really a huge thing. So the thing is 156 feet tall, which is about 48 meters. So yeah, 48 meters. This is a very tall building. This is, well, not a skyscraper, but this thing is really huge. And this thing was, well, shot into the air, shot very, very high into the air. Then the thing turned around, did a deorbit burn, and finally landed back on the landing site. And well, it landed vertically. So that's crazy. This is really amazing when I think about this, and this is really a great step towards, well, a reusable space program or reusable rockets. And ooh, there's finally the desert. This is good. So finally I can grab some sand. And yeah, so I really thought as I saw those pictures, dang it, why do always cool things happen in the middle of the night? And once again I missed it. So oh dear, yeah, next time when they try something cool, I think I have to just stay up late and try to watch it, because this is really sad that I wasn't there. Well, of course I would not have been there, but I could have watched the live stream. And yeah, this is really fantastic. And what else? Oh yeah, so how was the launch? As I said, the launch took place at 1:29 GMT. And less than 3 minutes later, we had the first stage separation, and then the first stage did the deorbit burn and began the supersonic descent back to the landing site. And yeah, that's really crazy. And 10 minutes after liftoff, the first stage was back on ground and was in good condition, and survive the landing, and that's really amazing. This is so great. I was so happy as I saw those images, and okay, I do have some iron, I do have some wood, this is good, and I do have my crafting table, this is also good, so I can now, where's the wood? Over here. I can now create some, well, one new shovel, and yeah, I was really happy, especially after Blue Origin had their first test flight, or also their first landing of their rocket. Was it November? Was it October? But yeah, recently they did the same thing, and well, Blue Origin is just about reaching space, so crossing the boundary into space, reaching an altitude of more than 100 kilometers where space begins. And SpaceX, the Falcon 9 rocket, is well built to insert something into orbit, and well, inserting something into orbit is completely different to insert something into space. And yeah, that's really crazy. And so this was really unbelievable to see the landing. And yeah, I think that's all I can say about this. It's yeah, I'm still a little bit speechless. I'm still a little bit surprised, and there are now a lot of amazing videos and images around, and especially I like those long exposure images to see the rocket's ascent phase and even the rocket's landing, and that's really amazing. This is really a beautiful picture, and yeah, it was a great start into the day. Now all the engineers and scientists are working on the first stage to really learn what they need to do in order to make the first stage reusable, so that they can use it again for a second launch. And this would be really amazing, that when they can achieve something like this. So okay, I'm making some good progress with the sand, so just a little bit more, and then I can start my journey back. Then I think I have more than enough sand to create gigantic and huge glass walls in my mountain home. Yeah, so after I watched those videos and I read all the tweets, and yeah, I was aware and I checked all the news. I got up, and Tuesday morning is also my running day, and at this Tuesday is the last Tuesday I will be running in my favorite forest this year. Well, during my run, took the time to wish all those dog owners, or all the people I regularly see during my running sessions, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And it's really amazing. They were totally surprised that a runner stops and talks to them and says, well, I wish you Happy Christmas and a great time. And yeah, this small little thing, well, it took me, I don't know, not few seconds, let's say half a minute or so, to just talk to them and to wish them Merry Christmas. And they were smiling, and I think this is really great when you can do just a small little thing, and you can cast a smile on someone's face and hopefully make their day, so that they are really happy. And in the end, when you are happy, or when you experience something like this in the morning and you're smiling and you think, wow, this was great, this was really amazing, then you're in a completely different mood for the rest of the day. And even if someone you would normally say, I haven't time for you or so, you sometimes think then, okay, I'm so happy, I will just help this guy out or so, or I'm a little bit more relaxed. And I think if everyone would do something like this, or yeah, just sometimes be a little bit more open-minded, just be a little bit more friendly, then the whole world would be a completely different. Wow, is this once again the crazy mountain region, or is this a new mountain region I have discovered over there? That's really cool. Yeah, and so this was also great, and I was really, oh dear, I was really happy as I got back home from my running session, because yeah, I really saw, okay, they were smiling, they were so surprised, they were so happy that someone stopped and said, okay, yeah, see you next year, and happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and so on. And this really made my day, and I think this is really great when you're smiling and when such a small thing gives really so much positive feedback. Then yeah, I think this should be done way more often, I guess. And well, of course, a couple of episodes ago I was talking about this because I had this idea already in my mind to wish them Merry Christmas, and I had the idea of carrying around a box of cookies or so. Well, I haven't done something like this, so I thought this would be maybe a little bit too creepy, and yeah, so I just, as said, wished them Merry Christmas, and I think this was good enough. So yeah, I really stick to my plan, and I can just recommend this if you are running or if you see some people on a regular basis, and yeah, just wish them Merry Christmas, just give them a great time, so that they are smiling, and if you can make them smile, then you're probably smiling as well. And okay, now enough of that, enough of this topic. Christmas, yeah, Christmas is all the time special, especially in my town where I'm living, as it's more or less a small town, and due to the university there are a lot of students. I don't know, I think about I have no idea about the recent numbers, but it's something like 80 or 90,000 inhabitants of this town, and then there are about 10,000 students or so. So the students make a large portion of the whole population of my town, and yeah, especially to Christmas time, everyone is of course driving back home for Christmas, and yeah, so you really start to notice this during the last days before Christmas. The town is so empty, and it's sometimes even like a ghost town or so. This was even strange during my Tuesday morning run. Yeah, I see a lot of other people, and this morning there were the regular dog owners, but there were no other students. There were no really, well, it was almost as if I would have been alone, and that's really a scary feeling. And yeah, in general, Christmas is all the time very strange feeling to me when I think about, okay, now you're driving back home for Christmas, and it's the last time in this year, and the next time you get back here, it's the next year, and yeah, this is all the time a very, oh dear, what happened there? Something, I think a pig or a sheep committed suicide. I saw something falling down, and I think it was a pig or so. Oh dear, poor pig. So, Christmas, yeah, indeed. So, it's all the time for me a very strange feeling when Christmas is approaching, and it's time for me to drive back home, and yeah, sentimental moments or so. I don't know. It's really a strange feeling, and yeah, it's really hard to describe, and I'm sure I'm happy to get back home for Christmas and so. But on the other hand, then there's the end of the year and all those those swords and other things that are going on when it's the end of the year, and well, hopefully the next year will be better, and yeah, all the things that start to pop up in your mind. And I don't know, sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's also a little bit scary. And moreover, because yeah, we haven't had a great Advent season, it was just too warm. I mean, oh yeah, this is one thing I wanted to talk about. Speaking of too warm, as I was running, we had, well, there was an outside temperature of around 8 centigrade. And so, of course, I was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And as I was, well, shortly before I reached my home again, an old woman saw me, and she almost started to scream, and she said, young boy, or young man, or whatever she said to me, you're getting a cold. Why are you wearing short clothes? And I was sweating, and I felt just too warm, and I thought, no, it's too warm. It's too warm. And yeah, this was really funny. And then of course we wished each other Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. But yeah, this was really funny. And at first, because she was almost screaming, I thought, oh dear, is she in pain? Is she having a heart attack, or is something dangerous going on? At first, I was totally shocked, and then I realized that she was just surprised that someone is outdoors in short clothes. And yeah, to me, well, it was just too warm. I mean, 8 centigrade, that's really warm, especially for running. And so no wonder that I was just dressed in short clothes. But yeah, okay, I wanted to talk about this funny event. And yeah, sentimental moments, Christmas time, always strange to me. I don't know why, but oh yeah, then the Advent season was not an Advent season, as it wasn't cold, and so yeah, it's hard to get into this Christmas feeling. And when I will get back home, suddenly it's Christmas time, and then there's the Christmas tree and all the celebrations and whatnot. And it's like, okay, at first you are just standing around, and suddenly you're accelerated to 200 miles per hour or so within a second or so. This is the same thing I'm experiencing with the Christmas time. Suddenly Christmas time in your face, and you're so totally surprised. And yeah, I think this will happen again this season, because yeah, there was not much time to really get into the Christmas feeling. It was too warm, and I haven't had the time to frequently visit the Christmas markets. And yeah, so so much about that. Then the last thing I was advertising throughout the last episodes, the Christkind. What is the Christkind? Well, in Germany, usually it's not the Santa Claus who's bringing the Christmas gifts. I'm sorry that I'm standing around. I'm just searching for my notes I've prepared. The Christkind is basically the traditional Christmas gift bringer in Germany. So don't get confused. It's not that if we speak of the Christkind, we don't mean baby Jesus or so, although this might be the first thing you might think about when you hear Christkind. You can translate this basically into Christ child. So Christ is of course Christ, and Christ is Christ, and kind is child. So Christ child also would be a direct translation. And if we speak of the Christkind, we don't mean baby Jesus or so. No. It's more a spirit. It's or a gift bringer, and it's really hard to imagine. It's more like an angel-like person, more on the young side, more even in the age of a child or so. That's why kid or child, and yeah, sometimes I would say it's really hard to describe, but I would say, yeah, it's more like a small angel-like person, and dressed, of course, in white, and yeah, it's really more like a spirit, more like a spiritual creature or so. So it's a little bit like the Santa. Oh dear, it's a little bit like Santa Claus. Santa Claus, unfortunately, isn't real, but yeah. So it's the same thing with the Christkind. It's just something that brings you the gifts on Christmas time, and so especially during my childhood, I wasn't asked. Well, was Santa already there? Or I haven't asked my parents, was Santa there or so? No. We always asked for was the Christkind there, and this might be also a little bit different and interesting tradition if you're not used to German traditions. And yeah, so much about the Christkind, and I hope I haven't advertised too much. I mean, yeah, in the end, it's just a short story, but when you think about... can I make this jump? Yep, indeed. When you think about Christmas time, you often think, especially as a child, you think at all those beautiful presents. And so the present, the gift bringer, is of course the most important thing. And fantastic. Now it starts to rain. All right. So my bed is now getting wet. Perfect. Just fantastic. And yeah, so I thought this is really one of the most important things I have to talk about before we will reach the end of the Christmas session. And yeah, speaking of reaching the end of the Christmas session, this is also the end of the coffee break in 2015. There will be some special episode of the coffee break in Minecraft, but yeah, this episode is the ending of the official coffee break and Minecraft episodes for 2015. I will now go on a Christmas break. I've of course recorded a lot of videos so that there's enough things to watch for you, and I will of course resume my vlog style let's play series and Minecraft and continue talking about things going on in my life, talking about space news, other news, and greenhouse gases and the Paris Agreement and so on in the next year. But yeah, so this is now really the official end of the coffee break in Minecraft in 2015. That's crazy. This is also a scary thought. Speaking of scary thoughts, when Christmas is approaching, ending the 2015 season of Coffee Break in Minecraft is also a scary thing, because it's yet another sign for the fact, okay, the end of the year is now, and yeah, so I think this is now the perfect moment to go to bed and to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode. Until then, my name is Sebbi. See you!